Hey everybody, I'm out here today on a beautiful walk on a barrens. So there's lots of rocks around me. Looks like the leaves are almost done, so I've missed the peak by, I don't know, like a week or two to show you guys, which is too bad. But I'm out here on a walk today, getting mentally psyched up for my next trip. So when you guys are watching this video, I'll actually be out on the land with my friend Birch on our trip. Where are we going? Well, we're headed back out to Kawartha Highlands Provincial Park. We are headed out for a 4-day trip, and we're going to be sort of exploring the local lakes and things like that. I'm really hoping for no drama this time. If you guys remember, back in 2018 was when I had my heart emergency there in the park. It was really scary. You feel very alone. I had SVT, so my heart rate went up to about 240 beats a minute. Very fast. All of a sudden it happened, and I was rendered basically incapacitated. So we self-rescued out of there. It was pretty miraculous, actually, and since then I've had a cardiac ablation 2 years ago to fix the problem. So it's a big trip for me, let's be honest. It's a big trip, emotional trip. I've been on many trips since that time, 5 years ago, this time of year actually, and I've had no issues, but it's a big day, it's a big deal. So I've been trying to get my head around the whole situation. Obviously, I'm going to be as ready as I always am for these trips, but I can't forget that fateful day, so it's getting in my head a little bit. Look at these beautiful rocks around here. Gosh, it's so beautiful, and there's little ferns, rock ferns there. I don't know if that's what they're called, but there they are. And there's some little splash of color there behind me. It's one of my favorite places to be in the fall. There's lots of hardwood in here. Lots of color. Lots of little chickadees in here as well. Very cute. So yeah, I'm really hoping for a trip that's a little bit more relaxing with no drama. So I'm bringing lots of things. We decided this year, because the weather is going to take a turn in the next little bit, it's going to get much more seasonal, and there's supposed to be a day with very heavy rain and possibly a little bit of snow, because let's face it, it's going to probably go down to -3 a couple of the nights that we're out there, which I've managed before, but this time this is an emotional trip back there. I want to be comfortable. I want to have time to process my emotions and not be so focused on feeling really, really cold or just things like that. I want to kind of focus and enjoy myself on this trip to continue the healing process from that situation that happened a year ago, 5 years ago. And I know Birch probably feels the same. She went through it with me as well, and don't want to speak for her, but yeah, it was very stressful for the both of us to try to figure this out. Remember that night too, snow came in, rain came in, it was very cold. We woke up the next day to snow on the ground. Now we just had our kind of all-season tents with us, so we had to make fire and stuff like that outside, and we were in full on winter gear and stuff like that for that day. But this time I've decided to bring something that you guys love seeing in my videos, so guess what it is? My canvas wall tent. I love that thing. So we're going to bring that and the wood stove with it. So that'll be really nice. So cold nights we can kind of sit by the fire and enjoy ourselves. Have a nice warm tent to sleep in at night. So that means a lot of extra gear. I will be bringing with me my 18-foot canoe. So that will be pretty big for me to handle. I've got the dog, myself, and then basically my gear is in a 100-liter dry bag. And there's a barrel as well with food and stuff. But beyond that, it's literally stuff to support the tent. Lots of ticks out here today. I'm just sticking to the trail. I don't want Lyme disease, so I'm staying out of the leaves. Yeah. So yeah, lots of stuff to support the tent. So of course, got the tent, the stove, the poles for the tent, ropes, blah, blah, blah. So normally it would just be those 2 items, like the bag and then the barrel for the food. But now we got a whole bunch of other stuff. So I will also be bringing my kayak paddle. I think it's going to be far easier for me to push the dog and the gear around with a kayak paddle. Especially we're supposed to be getting some heavy winds. Winds are starting to pick up now. Winds we're going to be getting are in the range of maybe 20 kilometers an hour with 50 kilometer gusts. So it can be tricky to solo with that. You need a lot of strength to do that. And I just don't want to end up in a situation. So I have a regular paddle if it's not working out, but I also have my kayak paddle with me, so I'll feel much stronger, much safer paddling with that. I found a beaver pond. It's beautiful in here. Isn't this just a postcard? Wow. hoping to get some views like this at the park. It is shield country as well, so it's going to look much like this. So I'm giving you guys a little preview before the main event. Sure is a quiet day out here today. I don't really see any wildlife other than the birds. I suppose if I'm here long enough, I'll see something. One night I came here, well, just before dusk really. Beautiful, got some great sunset shots. And yeah, all the animals are moving around. It was like these little tiny, I don't know what they were, like there's like mice and voles and all kinds of stuff. And you know, the beaver was going back and forth. Like everybody was like super active. It was really cool. I think during the day they kind of hunker down a bit because people do kind of come through this area. But yeah, it's just really nice. I'm sure there's lots of deer and things like that too, and coyotes and whatnot. They come down to the shore here. There's a beaver lodge right there. Not seeing anybody around right now. A couple of geese out there, but a piece of unnecessary gear that I'm actually bringing is, well, probably is necessary. If you guys all remember, I'm bringing a waterproof case for my phone with a float on it. Remember one of the last times we camped together, Birch and I. It was an unfortunate accident. My phone, I was recording my video on the phone, and it ended up in the bottom of the river, unfortunately, which whatever, accidents happen. So anyway, I'm bringing that so that, I mean, it's super easy. I mean, you could be in your life jacket and it falls out. I usually have a pocket in my life jacket. I keep my phone for photos and stuff and videoing. But I need to have a float on it because water's cold. I'm not gonna go diving in there. It was super cold that day as well. I mean, we can all laugh about it now. But I really should have had, you know, waterproof case for it and a float, especially anywhere near water. It is our lifeline too, in case. I also have with me my ACR, my emergency beacon. So that'll be important. But if there is signal, I don't know if we'll have it. I doubt it. Last time we didn't. Or if it was extremely weak, it was like half a bar or something, and you're hiking up to something like this and trying to phone and things like that. It's not going to work. We couldn't. Yeah. So I was really close to actually triggering that beacon for safety reasons to get help. But anyways, so I brought that too. So hopefully no drama. Speaking of birch, look at this. It's a beautiful tree. Love all the colors. I'm so glad there's a little bit that I can show you around here. It's not always, it's way better usually if I came earlier to show you. But this'll suffice. This looks good. The sun's coming out. It's great. Well, thanks so much for joining me on this little walk today around the Barrens to chat about my upcoming trip. I'm really excited for it, and I'm optimistic it's going to be an awesome time, and I'm channeling all the good thoughts, and I'm just hoping things will be really, really fun. So stay tuned. Of course, we'll let you know all about our adventures. Have a great week. Take care.